Exciting times are ahead for OnePlus Open users as it appears that Android 15, more specifically their version of Android 15, OxygenOS 15, is beginning to roll out. We have this post from just yesterday on the community.oneplus.com website. OxygenOS 15 is rolling out for the OnePlus Open. It does specify in India, but I do want to make this very, very clear that they say that they plan to cover users including North America, Europe, and global next week. So this will be rolling out slowly. If you're not seeing it just yet, be patient because it will be coming to your device, hopefully, within the next couple of weeks. Obviously, once this update hits my device, I will be doing probably an excessive amount of coverage of the update, going over all of the new features, but I do want to look at this extraordinarily long changelog and kind of point out a couple of things that I thought was interesting. I did already make a video when they sort of announced OxygenOS 15 where I showed some more stuff, so I'll try to remember to put that video in the description down below, but there are at least a couple of things in here that I think are worth pointing out. The first one that I noticed was under this section, floating window and split view, and I'm gonna potentially need some help from you guys. Maybe you've used Oxygen Updater and you've installed the Indian ROM and you're checking it out this way. Maybe you can tell me how this is working, what this actually means. Introduces a new floating window gesture, pulling down a notification banner to bring up a floating window. I don't know exactly what that means. Pulling down a floating window for full screen display. So I'm imagining maybe there's a gesture where you swipe down on the floating window and it goes full screen, swiping up to close the floating window, and swiping to the side to hide a floating window. It's that first bit, pulling down a notification banner to bring up a floating window. I'm not 100% sure what they're meaning by that. Maybe you can answer that question. And then they also say that you can now slide a divider around when you are in a split view to resize the two side-by-side applications. Previously, when you would do something like this on the Open, rather than resizing the app, what would happen is you would expand one app and push the other one sort of off screen. So maybe they're sort of reverting to a more typical behavior there. It also looks like they're going to be making some improvements to their live alerts system, which is basically their version of the iPhone's dynamic island. Now, currently, this only works with a very small handful of applications, and because of that, it's pretty easy for me to forget that it's even there because I don't use Spotify, and that's one of the apps, so I don't see it. I use YouTube Music. It doesn't work with YouTube Music. So hopefully this is something that gets sort of rolled out and is actually usable with more applications, because right now, like I said, I just don't ever see it. Nonetheless, they're going to be centering it in the middle of the screen. You can tap it and expand it into a larger card. There's some cool ideas here. We just need more compatibility. I'm going to drop a link to that community post into the description down below so you can read through the full changelog yourself. If you want to see a bit more of a deeper dive into what should be coming, that video should be in the description down there as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel because once this update hits my personal OnePlus Open, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of content showing the new features and talking about all that stuff in much greater depth. But for now, I'm going to leave it there because I've already talked about most of this stuff in that prior video. So guys, let me know in those comments down below, how excited are you for this update? Is there a particular feature that you are most excited to see? Let me know down there. Subscribe for more content just like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.